All right. Hey, folks, I thought I would get one recording of a full Mara run through. I do the Mara 350 mob pull or kill. It's roughly 350 if I can get them all down, sometimes a little bit less, but I've got this down pretty well, and if I follow it exactly how I do each one, it's pretty much foolproof. So I wanted to do a full run through in real time that you could follow along with if you were trying to learn this yourself. So, of course, you go to the mid-Mara entrance or the inner Maradon entrance and use your Scepter of Celebros, which I just did, and then zone in. You end up here at the falls, and you start your way in toward the princess area of Mara. So back towards this back entrance, and you can see where I'm going on the map up here. When I got in, I use an add-on called Kill Tracker, so I can watch how many kills I've tracked, and I just use a macro button to bring that up. And run on in and wind your way up to where we're going to start. My gear is, so I have pretty good gear for this. I've put together a full Mara set that you certainly would not need a set like this. I was going for like my BIS Mara farming set. So I have 5 of 8 tier 2, which gives you the increased blizzard size, which is huge for AoE farming. And then I have 3-piece tier 2.5, which is makes your blizzard 30% uninterruptible, which is probably not necessary. It doesn't help that much. You're not getting hit a whole lot, but on occasion you do hit while you're in the kill phase. It can help. So you can see I wind my way around up to this bridge here, and then I wait for this giant to pass. And when it does, there'll be some rocks coming down here. Now, depending on when your instance started, if you had boosties that started and logged into the purple side and were waiting, this whole sort of instance would have spawned and started a little bit sooner than that. So these might be in a different spot. I'm looking to pull these guardians here past this giant without pulling these two, and it's pretty easy to do. So I've got my gems set up on the right, and I am not buffed up. You need to have int and ice armor, and it's good to have dampen magic on as well. And then we can pull these guys with the counter spell just to get the run started. So here they come. They don't pull the little Demetrions, the lizards. When you pull the rock guys, those guys have to be pulled separately. There's different ways all these mobs link together. So I want to pull these guys too. I'm just going to do it with the Frost Nova, so now they're locked in. And I bind my reverse camera to R so that I can constantly look behind me quickly without spinning the camera around. So now I see them following me. I wind around, coming over to this ledge here. Occasionally you can pick up another pack of rock guys here, but I don't see them. I do something silly. I drop backward off this ledge just because I've found it's easier for me to then hit a slow fall and land safely. You could blink when you get down off of that fall, but if you fall without doing anything, it will almost kill you. It almost kills me. I have like 5% left out of this 3,400 health, so you want to be pretty careful. Once you get down to the bottom, you stand on the other side of this line until you get down to 8 on your counter spell. It's about 20 seconds, which allows the mobs that you pulled up top to wind their way around, and you'll meet them back in this spot. Once you're here, you can drop a blizzard on this first Hydra, and we're basically going to wind through and pull the Hydra. So I've got that first one. I'll mark them just so we can see as orange. I've got the second one down here that I'll pull. So now he's on his way. I'll mark him as purple. And then there's a third one over here that may or may not be pulled by the other two that you just aggroed. So I marked him with a triangle, and we'll see if we get him or not. So then you make your way across that bridge that I went across there. We're winding to where you would come up after you killed Princess and after you killed Rock Grip down there, the big alligator. If you started the instance when I did, these guys will be right in this position, and we want to grab them. So here comes the one that I was hoping to get. It was purple triangle, so that's good. Drop a blizzard on top of this Hydra and Frost Nova those rock guys. And then we want to pull these 3 packs of snakes. So I will Arcane Explosion these, blink forward, counterspell that one, and then I will Arcane Explosion these guys. And if you think you're going to get hit, you should keep your shields on. If you are just barely clipping with your Arcane Explosion, you shouldn't be being hit. And one of the sketchiest parts of this whole run is actually coming up right here. So the mobs that I pulled up top have now wound their way down the way that I'll be going on this run and are coming toward me now. So I want to pull these guys and then get past the mobs that are coming. And the lizards can slow you and the rock guys can knock you down. The way you handle each of those. So far I haven't been slowed or knocked down. I'm going to Arcane Explosion to get the snakes and blink forward. So that was pretty good. I took a lot more damage than I should have taken. I should have had my shields up more. And probably blinked a bit sooner. I wanted to actually see if I would get knocked down or silenced, and I could show you how to handle those. If you get knocked down, you want to always have your blink ready, because you can blink the minute you're knocked down and then be through all those mobs. And because of that, you want to make sure that you're pointed in the right direction, also pointed toward where you can blink. If you get silenced, you sort of just keep running, keep an eye on your health, and if I see my health getting too low, I will lip. You always want to keep a stack of lips with you. So you can see I've continued to wind my way through here. I'm not keeping a lot of distance between these guys as I pull because I do have a Zanza, so I'm able to be fast getting through this. There are runs now you can find on YouTube where people do this without a Zanza, which, again, I'm not trying to do hard mode on any of this stuff. So I'm pulling each thing as I get by at the rocks here with a Arcane Explosion, and since they were a little close, I used a Frost Nova. Arcane Explosion these guys, and then I come over and I counterspell this last pack of lizards down there, Demetrions, and then I run back up. And the reason is that those guys are hard to grab once you drop off the ledge here. If I hadn't pulled those lizards back over here, I could run across and pull them now, but I don't do it that way. Come over here, Arcane Explosion, and drop off the ledge. Once I've dropped off, I'm going to bandage here. And I'm actually only using Mage Weave bandages because you get a ton of Mage Weave doing these runs. So that is just a way of saving up what you get. And I got almost back to full health, not quite. Just drop a Blizzard to get this set of Demetrions, which is now the furthest back one, because the ones back here I already pulled. Arcane Explosion those guys and blink out to get some distance. So now I've got that whole side, everything in sort of princess side that I can pull following me. Get these guys with an Arcane Explosion, jump through this gap. If this guy's in position, I will counterspell him to make sure that this Hydra's following me. And sometimes there'll be a Hydra padding over here. There he is. Sometimes there'll be one here. You're going to get a lot of these without doing anything, just by winding through this area, because the Hydras will aggro when they get close to other mobs. So I missed that guy. There, I got him with an explosion. It's fine. So like this one, for example, over there that I just clicked, he's going to be pulled by the other mobs. So I marked him in blue. I've still got him selected. And there, he just aggroed onto me. I can see him select me. Link forward here. Okay, big deal here. You absolutely must click your Elixir of Giant Growth if you are a gnome to walk through this little section. If you don't have one and you're pulling the way I have without a huge amount of distance between you, you're screwed. They will catch you and kill you. So Elixir of Giant Growth is one of the consumables that you need. If you do this the way I do, the next one you need is an Iron Grenade. This is totally optional, but I use it to just get that last little pack of snakes over there and make it a little easier. There's other ways to do that without an Iron Grenade, and it's only one pack of snakes. You can skip them, but you can see them there on the right coming toward me. I'm continuing to wind through. Arcane Explosion. I get this pack, and so here I'm going to go around this rock to the left and around to get two packs here. I'm selecting the further pack back there. I wind through here and either body pull or Arcane Explosion those, counterspell that, and then blink back across the gap. And that gives me enough space to pull all of these mobs and start the first pass of taking the line and crunching it into a pack. And that's something you do several times throughout this run. You take the line of mobs behind you, then you sort of make an angle so that they are following you almost like perpendicular to your path, so that you collapse that line. So you can see it there again. There's a line of mobs behind me. It's sort of clumped up already since that first one. I ran way out along this fall. I make a right angle turn instead of following this inside path, the shortest path, because I want to start to collapse them. And so now they're getting a little closer to me. It's a big mosh coming here. I come all the way over past here, and then I blink in, and you can see the line is now collapsing in on itself to make a ball instead of a line. So I'm continuing to run. I'm at 61% mana, which is pretty good. I used a gem, my lowest level one, just to get a little higher. I'm going to try and always save for the kill phase, my red one. Blink forward just to create a little more distance, and I'm going to try and get one more blink in before I get to this tree. I go to the left around here because you will swim as a gnome if you stay on the right. So I'm staying pretty far left. Others go way to the right, cut their distance a little bit. Blink once more. I got a lot of distance now between these mobs, which allows me to stop and rank 1 Frostbolt. I know I clicked on that. That's unnecessary. I'm just showing you did it. Rank 1 Frostbolt, Arcane Explosion to get all the slimes, and then freeze them to get a little more distance. Same thing here. Rank 1 Frostbolt. Keep going. Now I blink across this little gap. Fire Blast, Arcane Explosion, Counter Spell, and then I'm going to try and Fire Blast this guy again. Sometimes I get him, sometimes I don't. So he's a little too far there, a little too far there. Couldn't get him there, couldn't get him there. Alright, so usually I do, but I missed him that time. So I refresh my shield. So like I'm pretty sloppy now, you can see that. I'm at 68% health, I've been kind of getting hit, and that's okay. One thing you want to do, make sure you Fire Blast this slime I just got. Key to not losing mobs is to make sure you aggro those slimes first, not let them be aggroed by the mobs that are following you. That's pretty key. So I do it again up here. You can see there's a slime up there. I want to make sure that I get a Fire Blast on that guy, which I did. And I'm using rank 1 Fire Blast just to save mana. Come through here, Cavern Lurker, Arcane Explosion. Keeping my shields up so that I don't get knocked down by them. If you do, you would just blink, or in a pinch, you lip. Arcane Explosion those few, Fire Blast this one tree, Arcane Explosion this one. Taking a lot of hits. Sometimes you'll be low on damage here, completely out of mana. Run across, come up to this little white spot here, stop, bandage. You can watch the mobs come around. They got to go around here, down the steps. You got a lot of time. Bandage up, and then evocate until these mobs are about halfway down these steps. And then you drop a rank 1 Blizzard on them just to slow them all down. Rank 1 Blizzard, hopefully I got the front one, I did. I let it go about halfway, and then 3 quick rank 1 Frostbolts. 1, 2, 3, getting a little close, and I blink away. So that was a little sloppy. You can do that a lot quicker than I did it, but I'm trying to get those 3 trees, which I did. And Arcane Explosion. I'll get this guy with a rank 1 Cone of Cold. I'm just kind of staying to the left, but I'm going to go back, or to the right, but I'm going to go back to the left. Counterspell both of those packs, and then blink over here. You can just run through and aggro all these guys, and then jump down. Now when you jump down, I refresh my Dampen Magic there. You stand right on this little dot. Right on that dot, put your Blizzard up there on the ledge, halfway on the ledge, and you will get the mobs as they run by. So there they are. They're all running by. Get them Blizzard till you're almost done with your Blizzard. Rank 1 this guy, Arcane Explosion that guy. Get the trees in that order where they evade. It's the middle one, then the back one that you went by, then this guy, and then you can counterspell this far one. You've got all 4 of those. Blink forward. I like to freeze these guys so they're not right on top of me. Then I'm going to aggro this one. I've already got the pack coming toward me. You do not want to get hit with your shields down by one of those satyrs, because they can, if they hit you, do whatever that warrior ability is, that hamstring, that makes you walk slow. As a gnome, you could get out of it pretty quick with Escape Artist, but it's just not a good thing. Come up here and blink across this gap. You blink across because the Hydras are on their way through the gap, if you followed my exact time, and if you run across the gap while the Hydras are under that gap, they will hit you from below and one-shot you. It's actually not a one-shot. So, Arcane Explosion, jump across this little gap here, blink over to here, and then drop a rank 1 Blizzard on top of everybody. I slow down as much as I can, and then drop off the ledge, and for me, I like to drink a Nature Protection Potion right now. And then I come over to the bridge that I had just previously crossed. I wait, these guys are going to stop, and I get the first mob that's not one of these little goblin guys. So it was this satyr up here. Slow everybody down, and then run back through the bridge that you came under when you came into this room. So where we just went, obviously, was just right by where your boosties would be if they came into purple side. We were just almost up to the door there. Come up to the top of these steps. I am going to, oh gosh, I don't have ice block on my bars. Normally I would ice block, I just respect from fire, but I would ice block and get these corruptions off so that I could have bandaged there. But that's okay. I'm going to just stop there, blizzard the front half of the pack, group them up. Gain explosion that guy. We'll cone of cold this guy. And you see I'm coming over here to take kind of a wide route because I'm using that to group up the mobs. So come over to this wall, then blink over to the door. And so again, that takes the line and squeezes it in that way. I'm going to do that once more as I come back. So again, I'm doubling back now to where I had previously come through. Make a hard left over here. Again, I want to go wide to really group everybody up. I probably take extra time in the grouping that you don't need to take. I could get this run done quicker. I'm pretty cautious though. Counterspell and blink back over. So there's the line squeezing onto itself into a ball. So then you run over here. If you got your 3 frost bolts off, none of these trees are here. You're going to run over, up your shields, run up this route very quickly, run right around on the edge, stop at this little crack, and blizzard right on the corner. It's pretty quick, but you want to stop, run about half of your blizzard out, and then drop another blizzard right on top of those guys. Refresh your shields, and then we get this one with the counter spell. And you can see I keep taking the little nature bolts there. That's what you want, obviously, as you probably know already. The nature bolts that you're getting from the little green goblin guys are refilling your mana if you spec into the correct talent, which is magic absorption. So come all the way up here, go as far as you can without getting hit, and then blink over to the edge and jump back down. So now we're where we jumped down previously when we came from the other side. I come all the way up to this spot now. I could either bandage here. I'm pretty good on health, so I will stop, and I drop a blizzard right at the top. Right at this crux in the stairs where they come around the corner. Dropping this because you want to slow the front, slow the whole pack as much as you can, because now you blink away and they of course have to come all the way down those stairs, all the way around, and you've bought yourself enough time to continue up around, come into this side room, and get 3 packs in the room, because you have to come back out the way we came in. So best way, blizzard on that pack, counterspell that far pack, and then fire blast that 3rd pack, and now you got 6 mobs coming out, blink back out. Main pack's coming from this way. Mobs I pulled are back there. I'm coming up toward where I'm going to jump off again. Go up to the little dot and blizzard again. Again, probably overkill. They're already packed up pretty good. No more mobs are going to hit me, so I switch over to mage armor now, which helps me resist more and get more mana back. Stop right on the little dot, blizzard up right onto the edge, and drop it. And so then we get everybody slowed down. I'm taking some hits now, filling my mana, shields up. You can see I'm at 100%, blink forward now. If you time that right, you actually can blink and get a couple more hits on you, so your mana stays at 100%. My shield's up so I don't take any more damage from the corruption and the poison they put on you. And now the mobs are on their way. I've got a lot of distance to get in position for the kill. Kill is on a very specific single dot that you want to stand. It's this dot right here. You stand on that dot. It looks like a rock. And blizzard right there onto this rock right here that I just have my mouse over. Blizzard halfway through, and then drop another one on the front mob. You can probably tank 1 or 2 mobs up here. It's totally fine. Much more than that, you're going to get into trouble. And if it's a satyr that can hamstring you, you're in trouble also. Or a Demetrion that's going to silence you. You don't want either. So once you're done, you walk down to this route, and then jump back up and put your blizzard on the front of the pack. So I went kind of quick there and didn't explain everything I'm doing, but basically you are just dropping, you're keeping your shields up, you're dropping blizzards on the front of the pack, then walking to the second route and dropping a blizzard on the front of the pack on the way down. If they're way up, you can get everybody slowed and then drop a second one like I just did there. And so you're jumping back up from this branch, and you want to line up right perpendicular to the edge, jump back up, and then quickly drop your blizzard on the front of the pack. And you can see I'm letting all these guys shoot me. I wanted them here because they're keeping my mana at 100%. And now that the pack is, I've killed a lot of them. I've got 194 dead. Here comes a Demetrion. I don't want him close to me. I'm starting to blizzard right on my mana fillers. Walk off the edge onto this branch. It's never a jump. If you have Zanza, you can walk right off the edge. It's almost impossible to miss it. Blizzard again right on the front. You can see the mobs going down, kill counters up to 280. Keep my shields up. I'm using a combination of ice shield and my mana shield, because again, mana is not an issue. I'll drop a second blizzard right on the front mob. As you're killing the little rock guys, they explode into smaller rock guys that sometimes can run forward, so you kind of want to keep an eye out for that. But pretty much everybody's just about dead. Again, walk off the edge, no problem. Blizzard on this guy, so he's almost dead, 316. Got a couple little rocks in there, I can see him, there he is there, he's at 712. And those are dead. I got this guy, a shambler, I'm just going to shoot with a frostbolt. And now I can come over and kill my friends that kept my mana full last. And that's it, everybody's dead. I run this a lot of times without anybody in the group, even though it's better to boost and get your 25 gold per person, you can get 100 gold. But again, I'll just show you how the looting can work too. I will come along, so now you're going to be trying to loot 354 mobs, probably 344 with the critters I killed. I use this add-on Loot Appraiser Classic and D-Junk, which allows you to create a D-Junk Destroyer allows you to create a list of items that will show up on the list and allows you to destroy them very quickly instead of just throwing them out of your bags. So I come along here and I am just looting as fast as I can and looking for green. So there's a band of the unicorn. That's lucky according to the appraiser. That's 31 gold. That's probably pretty optimistic. But you can see, especially on these Demetrions, tons of greens will just be flying in, which is why I don't care about oftentimes getting a full group for boosties. I'll do it a lot of the time, but you know, you can make pretty good gold. There goes another green. You can make okay gold just running this yourself. If you don't like the boost, or you just don't want the headache of like making sure everybody gets summoned and you always end up waiting for someone, and then somebody needs to be run through to get to the door because they're low level. And I find that, oh my gosh, by the time I get my boost going, I've wasted an hour and I could have run this 3 times and probably made 100 or 150 gold off of it. So because I'm going to finish this loot, I'm going to destroy everything in here, walk right out the door, refresh, and just go right back in and run it again and re-loot, hearth back up to Nigel's point, sell all the stuff, and rinse and repeat. So, okay, inventory full, destroy frame. I'm destroying 2 gold worth of stuff, but again, half of this was that ring. According to this, I've looted 64 gold worth of stuff so far, and 1 gold in raw gold from the mobs. And there's quite a bit more. It drops off of the satyrs, which happen to be clumped at the bottom. So this takes a lot of time too. If you die doing this, you will not get to loot all of these, and if you are slow in looting, you also will not get to loot them all. You've got to be quick and start looting right away, because looting 350 mobs takes a lot of time. Steel lockbox shows up as nothing, but once I find a rogue friend to open that up, there'll be something worth 2, 3, 4, 5 gold in there, probably. And again, you always have the shot at the edge masters, right? So inventory's already full again. See, I didn't have a lot of bag space, but I had like 3 bags empty. If you get these green bags, you want to open them. Sometimes something pops in. So I have a weird issue right now where unless for some reason I can't click an item in my bag and use it. Normally you would right click that item and open it and see what was in it. So, alright, so I've looted those guys. Got a goblin nutcracker there. Another 2 gold. And again, I'm looking at this loot appraiser on the lower right, just looking at these numbers here to see what I've gotten. Sometimes I'll start that at the beginning of the run so I can keep track on the time. I'd be at about 20 minutes now, I think, from where I had started the run. Maybe a little bit past there, but these runs, just the kill, the whole run through the instance from the time I aggro the first mob till I'm done with the kill is usually about 18 minutes. So again, destroying everything, loot, loot, loot. And I've got an add-on that's making the window not pop up, which is supposedly makes you loot a little bit faster. I don't know how much faster it really is. There's a nice 6 gold desert choker necklace. Scorpashi gloves, 3 gold. And I'm getting these grays, which a lot of them I destroy. I have a threshold of like 50 silver, so you can see I'm destroying the crochet belt, the thick cloak, the overlinked coif. If I was only going to do 1 run, I could keep some of that. There's an ancient defender, 10 gold according to TSM right now. And I think I've just about looted everything. So, being completely transparent, this is a very lucky run. You could have runs. Honestly, I don't know that I've ever seen one be less than 40 gold worth of stuff. And I've had them be 200 gold, and I've gotten an Edge Masters before, and it was 2100 in the run. So it all just depends. You can get blues here. You can get Warden Staff. There's many different epics you can get here, and you're always hoping for that Holy Grail, the Edge Masters. I've done hundreds of these runs, or maybe 1,000. I don't know. You could probably see my kill count if I go back through this on some of these. So I've done this a lot, and I've gotten one Edge Masters in that time. But at any rate, that's a run. Took me again about, all in, I'm about 25 minutes in, I think, in this whole video. 100 gold plus 6 gold in currency. I deleted probably 5 gold worth of stuff in there, but that's a run, even with no boosties, in a way that you can make gold in Marathon. Pretty easy. Like anything, it does take some practice. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.